Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm addicted to buying new watercolors. Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm addicted to buying new art supplies. That's how I ended up with all these watercolors. I thought that I might put them in use and compare all of them because even though I love buying them or I get them gifted, I do use them just a handful of times and then they just sit in a drawer, you know, and it's a shame because I really love trying new things and seeing what works best for me. I don't think that I did these watercolors justice. So today I'm going to be trying all of them and I'm not going to be comparing them on any like technical levels. I just want to like see how they feel for me. So I'll make a couple of swatches with them. I'll put them to test on a wet on wet technique and I'll make a little painting with every one of them. Okay, so to introduce the stars of the show today, we have a Farben. I think it's a 30 set watercolors, I'm not sure. Okay. I have a Winsor & Newton Traveler set. It's just the basic 12 colors. You know, it's great. I have this brand new Paul Rubens palette that I got yesterday and I tried it out once so far, so I'm excited to try it out more. I have this metallic colors palette that I got from like, I don't know, Five Below dollar store, I don't remember. I got this mini watercolor palette for Christmas last year. I got this micro watercolor palette for Christmas this year. And then I have a couple of tubes. I do have a Daniel Smith and one tube of Cotman Winsor & Newton. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying all the paints on this watercolor paper. It's 100% cotton, cold pressed. It's pretty solid. I've tried it before. I do have some. I've tried it before. You know, it's pretty nice. It absorbs the paints really well. I mean, the water really well. Yeah. Let's start with the Winsor & Newton. For the brush, I'll be using Princeton brand Neptune series number 6 or size 6 brush. Let's write down with this. You know, it's really nice. The colors are really creamy, not too opaque, I would say. Like if I really try to like take up a lot of paint or a lot of pigment on my brush, I can't really, it's okay, you know. Okay, if I try wet on wet, let's try blue and orange or blue and yellow. Let's try complementary colors. I really like this blue. Let's try mixing them. No, not bad at all. What I do like about this palette is that it has white, so you can mix the white with some other paint if you want some like hazy looking paint. I like some pigments more than others in this palette. For example, I really like I said, the blue. I do like the other blue as well, although that one is not as opaque. I do not love the brown. I don't know why, but it's just not too, I don't know, it just doesn't speak to me. It's not very opaque. It's a pretty color. Yeah, not very opaque at all. You know, it's alright. It's a good watercolor palette, perfect for beginners. And if I try, let's do a little drag. You know, the colors are mixing really nicely. So no complaints there. Overall, I would give this a 9 out of 10 just because some of the colors, some of the pigments are not really opaque, like this blue, this brown. Let me see. No, this one's nice. Okay, moving on. We're going to try something very different. Let's try this micro palette that I got for Christmas. I'm not sure what brand it is, but the little pigments here came in little tubes. I don't know where they are, but this is what we're going to be working with. Oh no. I'm not sure if you could see it, but it's not opaque at all. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, no, it's not. Let me write it down. It worked a little bit better when I was working with these paints out of the tube, when they were like fresh, you know, but then I applied them in these slots and they like sucked up all the water, or like all the water evaporated out of them, and they just became these like sunken pigments. Oh no, it's very bad. Oh no. Okay, well, I don't know what to say about this palette. It's, I guess, good if you don't have anything else. If you're like on the go and really cannot bring anything larger, even like this big. To be fair, it does collapse like this. And technically you don't even need this, it's a mixing dish. But yeah, so if you really want to have a watercolor palette in your pocket, sure, you can use this one, but it's not gonna be great. Okay, I don't want to continue with this palette. I just want to move on. Next palette that I'm gonna try is this metallic one. I've tried it before, and some colors are really hit or miss. I don't know why, but some of them are very saturated, very powdery, rich, and some are just like very waxy, and you just can't lift the pigment up. So I don't remember which ones were which, but we're just gonna try. I'm gonna name it here. Is that how you spell metallic? I don't know. English is not my first language, okay, so don't come for me. Let's try the magenta one. That one looks pretty. Honestly, I tried these watercolors like once, and I wasn't super thrilled, so that's why I abandoned them. So let's try them again. Not great. Let's try some other color. Let's try gold. No, this one doesn't feel very promising, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's also not good. I guess I need more water. There we go. Like on the brush, I'm not sure if you can see, but on the brush, it looks pretty nice. But then as soon as I put it on the paper, it just disappears. But it is shimmery, it's nice. See? But it's just, the gold is very different from the pink. Like the pink is not even metallic. Oh well, from this angle it's actually not. The gold one is okay. This one, very disappointing. This one, pretty nice. Let's try one more. Let's try one of the green ones. Oh, that is actually not a green. I don't know why I thought that. That is also very disappointing. There's almost no sparkle in this. Plus, it does look like green here, that one, also kind of disappointing. This gold one, great. This one, great. But yeah, moving on. Let's try this tiny Idea Plus mini travel palette. I haven't tried this one a lot. I do like the brush that it comes with because it's not teeny tiny. It has a little wood piece here. You know, it's cute, springy, comes right back. Smells nice. Also, not really high hopes for this one. Let's see. Oh, actually, not bad. That is such a difference between this one and the micro one. You see that? See how opaque this is? Wow, okay. And the color is gorgeous. Okay, let's try this one. It's like a purpley-ish. I did not make a swatch for this one. I don't know, I didn't even bother. But I might have to. Ooh, pretty. Okay, that's very nice. Huh, that's really rich. I like this. Okay, let's try some wet on wet. And let's put some red in it. Or is that pink? Okay, pink. Let's do pink. Spreads around really nicely. Really opaque. Okay. That's a pleasant surprise. Actually, I would give this palette like 8.5 out of 10. It's very surprising. Okay, let's try the black. I'm usually disappointed by the black color or the black pigment. Ooh, okay. Not super rich, but not bad either. Do you see that? This one was great. Solid 8.5. 8.75 actually. 8.75. Moving on. Let's try this one. Let's try Winsor & Newton Cotman series watercolor. I only got one because I really wanted to try them. So here we are. I'm not putting a lot at all because I know that the paints coming from the tube tend to be very rich and I just don't want to waste them. Winsor & Newton. Okay, let's try very little opacity. Okay, really cute. I like. What if I put more? Oh, is that it? Okay. I guess I can't put more. Okay, this is the most opacity that it kind of can provide. Not bad. I like it. You know, this would be perfect for like background color. Like put this, yeah, like a background color with like ink on top of it or even white ink. That would stand out really nicely. Okay, I like this. 9.5. Yep, I said it. Moving on. More tubs. Oh, actually I forgot. This is Winsor & Newton Burnt Umber. This is Daniel Smith Black. I do have 2 of the Daniel Smiths and 1 Winsor & Newton, and this is Professional Watercolor. This is Cotman. Okay, let's try both. I should try this one too, just to compare. I know that I bought the Burnt Sienna because I wanted to mix a lot of skin tones, and the Burnt Sienna was like a shortcut to it. Okay, let's try here. I don't like to waste paper, which is ridiculous. I have so many watercolor sketchbooks. It's nice. I would compare the quality to the Cotman. Okay, what is the most opacity that I can put on? Nice. Not bad at all. Yeah, also 9.5, like the Cotman series. Okay, now we can move on to the Daniel Smith. I really love the Mayan Blue, so let's try that one. You can also tell by my other paintings that I really love this blue. I love that the white stands out, or gold on the mine blue. Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. Okay, let's drag the blue down a little bit. Oh, it bleeds really nicely. This is gorgeous. It's almost black, but not entirely black. I love it. I love it. 10 out of 10. Okay, I need another paper. We have 2 palettes left, and I'm most excited about these 2. One of them is Farben, which is presumably a German brand. I do have a swatch card for these, and I do have favorite colors from here, but I also want to try some that I haven't tried before. One of my favorite colors is the turquoise, because it's super rich, and just the color itself is just chef's kiss. So that's the turquoise. What about some green one? Let's see. Yeah, you know, not bad, but also not great. Not too opaque for the amount of scrubbing that I have to do. Yeah, it's alright. What about the black? There are 2 blacks in here. Payne's Gray and Arlington's Gray shade. I do prefer Payne's Gray because it's more saturated, and as you can see it's like darker, so let's try both. This is Arlington's Gray shade. Yeah, see, it's not really opaque. Yeah, don't love that one. Okay, Payne's Gray, which I have higher hopes for. Yeah, it's better. Not significantly better, actually. Huh. I don't know, I just think I'm used to using Payne's Gray more and trusting it more and having better experience with it, that now that I tried it, I'm very disappointed actually. Okay, it's not bad. It's actually just hard to pick up the pigment, but it's not bad. Let's try something more colorful. Let's try some red. This is a light yellow ochre. Nice. Love the opacity. It's not sure if you can see it, but it does have some like grainage to it. Let me show you. Yeah, the paints have some grains in them. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but overall, not bad. Maybe like 8 out of 10. I feel like I'm being too generous to these. Guys, maybe I should be more strict. Maybe I should start from 0, actual 0. Okay, and I am a bit subjective. I'm gonna admit. I tried these yesterday and I was blown away. I immediately proclaimed that these are my favorite watercolors from now on, and I'm not gonna use anything else. So let's see if I was just dreaming or if that statement still holds. Oh my god, I can already feel it. It just feels very heavy. Like it feels like the pigment is just like seeping onto the brush. And yeah, this is great. You know, these are just great. I did not dream it. They're so creamy. They are so opaque, so soft, so nice. I was most blown away by the yellow. There are 2 yellows here on this palette. Lemon yellow and cadmium yellow light. They're very similar. I'm not sure why they would put them on the same palette when they are like so similar, but they are incredibly opaque. I was blown away. Let me show you. Have you ever seen yellow this bright. I could draw with white pen over this and it would still stand out. It's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna use green that is similar to this one. Look at that. Look at the brightness. Okay, this one is not the most opaque, but the color is just gorgeous. Compared to this one, look at that. And I believe this is the lightest green on the other palette. Okay, it's not. Yellow green is, but I think I used New Meadow. Okay, fair. Okay, now let's try black. It's time for the real test. I believe this is the black. No, it's kind of comparable to this one. Not in the shade is different, but in the opacity and the way it carries. The black is a little bit disappointing, but the other colors are so great. And to be fair, you can't expect every single color to be amazing. This blue, so great, love it. I'm gonna be using this blue. It almost looks like blue ink. Let's try some wet on wet. Ooh, you see that? The way the color spreads. Okay, so now that the pigment is dry, I can compare them. To be fair, this looks the best, objectively. Second best, probably this, the Winsor & Newton tub. And then, surprisingly, third place. This, I don't want to talk about that. We don't talk about Bruno. No, no, no. Okay, so I did promise that I would make a little drawing using all of them, all of the palettes. I will do that because I keep promises. We're gonna try with the Winsor & Newton 12 color palette. I'll be using this Paul Rubens watercolor sketchbook because it's smaller and I think it would be cute to just have like one watercolor sketch per page. I am terrible at free painting and I always have to have a reference. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, so the Winsor & Newton painting just dried up. I think it's really nice. I do love the blues. I'm not the biggest fan of the yellow not standing out enough, but yeah, this watercolor set is really good. Okay, so it's another day and I'm gonna be testing out another set of watercolors. And I might as well be testing out these that I laid out. I will be using the Paul Rubens sketchbook and I'll be using new brushes because apparently I can't go a week without buying new art supplies. The colors feel really nice, especially the burnt sienna. Okay, so this is it. I will not be adding a background color to this or any background. I just think this is enough. So I really loved the Cotman Winsor & Newton pink or Permanent Rose. Really nice, really saturated, easy to spread around the paper, felt really creamy. I would definitely recommend this one. And this one is great too. I use it a lot for the skin tones. I cannot tell a difference between those two. I think Cotman is like slightly lower grade and this is the professional series. I can't tell a difference. The Daniel Smith, on the other hand, something felt off about it. I think I'm gonna have to, like, even though I love the color, I did not love the consistency of it. It was pooling really weirdly. It was creating like weird maps. You can see it here. It's okay paint, just not for me. Okay, it's a nice blue, but not really metallic. Here's the finished page. Some of the colors are really glossy. Out of all of these colors, I think like just this one, and I think this one are the only ones that are kind of semi-opaque. I would rate this 7 out of 10, 6.5. Something just feels off about it. It's not as smooth. It could be a little bit more opaque. And this is the last little drawing. This might be my favorite one, honestly, because of the cozy vibe and the vibrant colors. And that's it for the watercolor experiment. Now, please enjoy my little gallery of watercolor paintings. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching my very first review video. I'm hoping to make more of these videos, so if you want to see where this goes, I'll see you next time.